Hello, poison dart froggers, bioactive vivarium enthusiasts, and fellow YouTubers. Dart Frog Ninja here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a master isopod culture. First, before we get started, let me explain what an isopod actually is. Isopods may look like insects, but they're actually crustaceans, so they're more closely related to crabs and shrimp. These guys are really cool, and there are about over 10,000 different species of them. There are a lot of different species used in the hobby, but the ones I have today are giant gray isopods. As you can see, they're all huddled together here. Now you may be saying to yourself, hey, these look a lot like something I've seen in my yard. Well, you're right. These guys are also known as saw bugs, roly-polies, potato bugs, and wood lice. The ones you see in your yard are just another type of species of isopod. These guys live in just about every type of environment, including in the ocean. They're also detrivores, meaning they eat decaying plant and animal matter, so they serve as a perfect vivarium janitor. They also help aerate the soil, as well as eat any waste from your vivarium inhabitants. They aren't carnivorous, so they won't hurt anything, and they can't bite. Now what I have in front of me is a master culture. This large culture you see here is a sterilite tub. It's going to be where I have my main supply of isopods live and breed. Now from this master culture, I can make smaller cultures, like in a deli cup, and I can also use them to seed other vivariums. So, this sterilite tub is a couple bucks from Walmart, and it's perfect for culturing. Now, I have already added in some ABG mix, and I've sprayed it with distilled water and got the mix nice and damp, but not soaked. ABG mix is one of the best substrates used in dart frog hobby, as it drains well and it's great for plant growth. These guys are going to go ahead and burrow and hide, so I definitely recommend using a substrate like ABG mix. Next, you can put in some leaf litter, and what I have today is some magnolia leaves from a magnolia tree right outside of my house. After I collect leaves from that magnolia tree, I go ahead and I wash and scrub them with distilled water, and then I boil them for 30 minutes in distilled water again, and I let them air dry. Now I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is just add 3 leaves in their culture for now, and it's great because this serves 2 purposes. They're going to be a good hiding place for the isopods, and as the leaves break down, the isopods will actually eat them as well. So that's 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do next is we're going to add the isopods from their container to this brand new culture. You can also add some corrugated cardboard to the culture, as they'll eat and hide on that as well. There's already some corrugated cardboard in this culture, so I'm going to go ahead and add them both in. Now it's time to add in the giant gray isopods. They might scatter as I try to pick up the cardboard, so let's wait and see. Okay, so far so good. They're being very calm, and they're letting me just move them and the cardboard right into the culture. Okay, there we go. Sure, I got the last piece right there. Okay, there's one more isopod. Alright, let's grab him. And he's on my thumb right now, as you can see, just kind of moving around. These guys are so neat. And he's on my hand. Let's go ahead and put him in. And up! He took a dive right into the leaf litter. Alright, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to dump all the original substrate from their container into the culture. I'm doing this because there might be some baby isopods in that substrate, and I don't want to miss them. So just go ahead and tap all the substrate in, and I'm going to spread it out kind of evenly around the top, and I'm going to go ahead and situate all their leaves and cardboard. Give them places to hide on both sides, like that. Okay, move that there. Everything's looking good so far. Alright, as you can see, all the substrate from their container is in here. And there's a guy peeking out from underneath one of the leaves. That's pretty cool. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mist the top of the layer that I just added to add a little extra moisture into their environment. Now, it's important that whenever you're dealing with any type of creature, be it isopods, springtails, amphibians, reptiles, fish, that you don't use regular tap water. Tap water has chlorine and lots of other chemicals in it, which can be very harmful to all those organisms I've listed. So what I use today is distilled water, and you can also use reverse osmosis water as well. Distilled water is readily available from the grocery store, and it's very cheap, about 88 cents a gallon. Now let me give these guys a quick mist here. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Now, at this point, you might ask yourself, what can I feed these guys? You can feed them vegetables like sweet potatoes. You can also feed them fruit like banana pieces and most other fresh produce. You just have to make sure that it doesn't mold. And if it does start to mold, you remove that produce quickly from the culture. One of the best feeder items is actually called Repashy Bug Burger. I don't have any of it on me right now, but it should be here within the next day or so, and all you have to do is just mix it up with a little water and heat it up in the microwave, let it cool down, and add it to the culture, and the isopods will eat it. Now, the Repashy Bug Burger is chock full of nutrients, and it will help encourage them to breed. Right now, they're all set up, and all you have to do is put a lid and store them in a cool place. Now, you want to keep them in indirect lighting and definitely out of bright sunlight because you don't want to dry the culture out. Now, it typically takes about a month or so for them to breed and for young isopods to begin emerging, but I'll probably do a video update next week just to show you all any kind of progress. Now, make sure you open the top of the container at least once a week besides feedings to give them some fresh air. You don't want CO2 to build up and end up crashing your entire culture. Now, you can mist every 4 to 5 days just to help keep the substrate damp and the humidity up to where they like it. And there you have it. Giant gray isopods and how to culture them. Feel free to like, don't dislike, comment, and subscribe for more Dart Frog related videos. This has been Dart Frog Ninja. Thanks for watching, and as always, frog on YouTube.